like promised that he would do it with me. And I did with James and Sarah and our friend Alex. And right at the start, I want to point this out too. Like right at the start, Alex addressed that he got some like brand new boots that they were either super tight or maybe a size too small. And we went a mile in, and he was like, "Guys, I'm already feeling some discomfort. I'm gonna head out now before it gets worse." And like we were bummed, but we were like, "Yeah, Alex, you're like definitely making the right decision because like that would be terrible."
Yeah, it's a
Like
long
just all
day
the
when your boots feel like crap. It's too
yeah,
long when your boots feel bad. You got to turn around.
yeah, yeah. So, like I said, like yeah, James felt really bad doing it, and this is like another thing too. Like I was hoping like James would point out in his podcast that the day before that, I'm pretty sure James did like he does like crazy long shifts, like 12 to 14 hour long shift. He went home at like 11 p.m. He packed up his bag, and then he and Sarah drove up to South Meadows, and then he goes and hikes a 23-mile day with me to help me complete my goal on no sleep.
Yeah,
Like
an amazing guy.
this guy is just like this wow. Like and Sarah too. Like just I can't speak enough about these folks.
I told James on the podcast because he told his story about coming up or being in Maine on like Christmas Eve and then driving back to Lake George to finish an ultra with somebody right after he had just finished hiking. I told him he deserves a patch for the best friend patch because he's absolutely
For
it's
real.
unbelievable what he does for those around him.
Yeah, he loves to help people complete their goals. It's yeah,
Yeah, great dude.
yeah, yeah. We went from South Meadow, and I was actually just talking about it with James this morning, like how I was super bummed, like that we had to hike. I think what is it like an extra 0.2 miles rather than going from the lodge and then paying $10 or $12 in parking there. But like you go to from South Meadows, and like I said, I always have my head down when I hike. Before you know it, you're at Marcy Dam. Like whoa, like that was nothing.
Yep.
Like yeah, that's South Meadows is great. And we went via the Avalanche Pass for my first time, and I fell completely in love with it. Like seeing the Hitch Up Matilda, this thing that everybody's been talking about, seeing the trap dike in person. I mean, I saw it on Algonquin, but like seeing it right in front of me, like that was surreal.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, like cold and like everything was covered in snow the week before, but in those 4 days, like it rained a lot, I think, and it got warmer again. So like the snow was melting like crazy. And if you just stood silent, you can hear like all the melted snow like rushing down the mountains and echoing through the mountains. It was like that was unreal. And then yeah, we went up the Mount Marcy Trail. And we did Cliff first. And I remember Cliff, or hearing that Cliff was going to be really challenging with his cliffs. And that made me worried because, like, the Saddleback cliffs scared the crap out of me. But I was like, all right, well, here's something, again, that I fear. Like, I want to, like, David Goggins, like, instilled that in me, like, run towards your fear if you get over them. So, like, let's go. And I know you hate Cliff, but it was so fun. Like, it was a really good challenge. I highly recommend going back and making
Oh, I'm going to
amends
go
with Cliff.
back, and I'm definitely going to go back on a day where I'm only doing those two so I can be in a much
Yeah.
better mindset when I go back there than the
Yeah.
only time I've been there so far.
Yeah, Cliff was super fun. And then Redfield was unreal. Like you're like hiking up next to this brook.
And it's a big brook too. Like it's not just like a little stream. It's like you're hiking next to in a river for a long time. Yeah, I really liked Redfield.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't know what they're called. So you see like all these little red berries everywhere hiking with it. And like there's still some snow and stuff. And then like any break you want to take, you can just look back and see the McIntyre Range with Marshall, like unreal view. And then you get to the top of Redfield and you go out on this little ledge, like on the back, like after, or like a little bit away from the sign and seeing Allen. Another, like just looking at it and like another, like a mountain that I fear, and I'm just like I can't wait to go back to it though.
Mm-hmm.
It was just beautiful.
Great. So you're one hike away, dude. It's close.
Yep, one hike away. That was what day was that? That was the 23rd. I can't remember what day it was, but I went up again like way earlier than like all my other friends are coming up, and I figured I've got 2 days in between everybody else is coming. Might as well finish up the Lake Placid Niner Challenge that I started like a month back. So the next day I did Hurricane on October 24th, and Hurricane is like one of my favorites too.
Same.
Yeah.
If there's like one mountain, if you come up to the ADK and you're only going to hike one mountain, go hike Hurricane.
Oh, absolutely. And it's like, I can't speak about this for everybody because like everybody's different, but like Hurricane isn't too strenuous. That's the best bang for your buck, I think.
Agreed.
With the views and oh man. So I get back to I'm staying at the hostel, and the next day I plan to do Baxter and Big Crow, and that night I feel really bad, but there was a lady that was staying there the night before I did Hurricane. And the people, like when you make reservations at the hostel, they'll tell you like, hey, just so you know, like people are out on a hike too. They inform me that they're going to come late. So like, I apologize if they're going to wake you up, but just so you're aware, people are going to come in late. They inform me, yada, yada. And they're like, okay, well, yeah, like we're all in this.
Makes
we're
sense.
All doing, yeah.
Yeah.
But I woke up to this woman like snoring louder than I've ever heard anybody snore in my life. And they tell you like when you're done staying there, to just strip your bed and throw it in the basket when you're done. And but because I was staying there, I informed them too. Like I'm staying here multiple days. Like I don't care if I sleep on these sheets multiple days in a row. If it's okay if I leave them here while I'm out hiking, like you don't have to wash them. So then, I saw her bed was stripped, and I was like, oh my gosh, thank goodness, like she's not coming back. And then when I was done with Hurricane, she came back, and I was like, oh no. It was just so mean because like I chatted with her, we ate dinner together.
Oh, you even broke bread with her? Oh man, you must feel terrible.
I do. So if I remember correctly, your name's Valerie, and Valerie, if you're listening, I'm so sorry. But that night, I know you like getting up early. We went, and I can't remember how early we met up. We met up to do Baxter first for a sunrise.
Yep.
And I didn't want to like accidentally like bail on you because I didn't get any sleep. But as we're eating, and I remember that, like, what the scenario was, I was like, okay, I'm actually going to get to bed. So I, like, rushed upstairs to try and go to sleep before she did. And she eventually woke me up. And do you listen to Pink Floyd?
Not really, no.
Okay. Well, there's a song called Time by Pink Floyd where the beginning starts with, like, a ton of clocks going off. Because I wanted to like play the sound of an alarm going off on my phone as if like I accidentally had that, but I was like, I don't think this is gonna wake her up. I think I need to play Time. So I played Time by Pink Floyd. All like multiple clocks just going crazy loud, and I'm like, oh, what? Like pretending like I did it on accident, but I did it to like wake her up so I could fall back asleep.
That's
so
funny.
I'm so sorry, Valerie.
That's really funny. Hey, you had to do what you had to do, though.
I had to get some sleep. And I was able to make it there on time. We did Baxter together and Big Crow, and never forget you had the LP Niner patch for me. That was like,
yeah, dude, you finished. I had to give you one right at the top.
Yeah.
So
again, like
you finished the Niner just a little bit before the 46'er. So you're really like an LP Niner first,
Yeah.
46'er second. You know, like if you
Yeah.
were to have the plaques on your wall, you'd put the LP9er one just a little bit higher than the
Yeah.
46'er one.
Yeah. I actually wanted to make sure that like along this journey that I did some other things other tthan just becoming a 46er and then being done in the Adirondacks, you know? So
Sure, totally.
I'm actually like super proud that, I was an LP9er before a 46er.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. I totally
Yeah.
understand that. And you're basically like, there's more than just the high peak. So
Yeah.
let's go, let's check it out. And, you know, it's a different experience. It's a totally different experience.
Yeah.
So then
Yeah.
the very next day you were going to finish your goal here.
Yep.
You were there. Take me through it.
The next day, I finished the journey. We did, Porter for 45 and, Cascade for 46. A bunch of friends of mine, my girlfriend, her sister, boyfriend, and like her best friend and boyfriend just had a bunch of people up. We got this beautiful house in Wilmington. I forgot what it's called, but outside there's they had a hot tub in the place, and from the hot tub you can see Whiteface, and it's just unreal. So like if like people that want to finish and you want to like celebrate a big way or just like a birthday or anything like that, like definitely like go get a house, like go celebrate, like paying like the houses out there for a little bit. It's a bit expensive, but you don't even think about it while you're there. It's so fun. It was beautiful. The people that own the house, like the hospitality they gave us was just unreal.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So now you finished. So what did you, you know, like what was going through your brain as you got to the top of Cascade? Like so many times on this journey, like you just were, you know, dealt like punch after punch after punch, and you just kept pushing forward. So now you made it. What were you feeling when you got to the top of Cascade?
You know, like I said, like with all the driving and the multiple days in a row of hiking, I was really getting sick of it, and I was really worried that I wouldn't want to hike anymore after that. But it was just like Marcy, like my very first one, and Cascade, like I had no views on Cascade at all. And I think that, like, again, really allowed the curiosity to come back and boil in my mind. And I took that as a sign right there and then, like, this, like, you don't have your finish line yet.
Yeah, it's just the beginning.
It's just the beginning. That whole new chapter has opened up, and I've started to add more to it. And again, but like to go back, like my mindset then, like it was like really surreal. Like like how I said the whole visualization thing that people should think about. I like imagined myself like just crying my eyes out getting to the top, and I don't know why I didn't then, but it was just, I think because it just didn't feel real, like that it was finally over.
Mm-hmm.
But I was with all of these people that I love, my best friends, and it was amazing. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And since then, so since you completed the 46, now you're doing marathons. Like it really seemed to open up like a whole bunch of doors for what you can physically do and what you're like going for and trying to accomplish, which is fantastic. And it's what these mountains do, man. It's what they do. They kind of show you what you are able to accomplish if you just make a plan and go for it.
Yeah. And you really like, once you start doing more, and like no matter what way you go about doing the 46, like doing them as fast as I did, or like Valerie, who I woke up, she told me she wants to do one hike at a time. Like she wants to do one high peak and then come back down. And then I think that'll be hard with some of them, but you'll have to like cross over another to get to another. But yeah, like if you go as slow as you want to, it's all great too. Like I think if you just really like dedicate it and see what you want to do and like what you're capable of, you can really do anything. And like if you want to go if you want to go as fast as I did, don't regret that either. But just listen to your body more than anything, I think, because it can be it can take a toll on your mind and your body. And I would like to, I think to like, just think like only one mountain at a time. If you're trying to rush them, don't think of like